Disgusting.
We are live. Say hello.
Hello. Hello.
Birds&swords headquarters. Man, the lights look like Christmas. Nope, never mind.
Now America.
I know they keep to like 2 colors.
Well, that's fun. That one.
They probably couldn't hear any of that actually if it's going through here. Play a song. What's up, Facebook? Me and Alyssa here doing our Pride episode for Pride Month. Been a lot of fun so far. Had a really good first segment. Can you ask Chad if he can hear us?
Yes.
And this Battles song, which I don't even think has any lyrics.
I asked him.
Has he seen it yet?
Not yet.
All right. Second segment. Man, I got notes and notes and notes.
You really?
Kinda.
That's amazing. Okay, cool. Heck yeah.
You're usually the note person.
He said it sounds good.
You have.
I'm so glad that he didn't ignore me for 2 months.
Right. She felt really bad as soon as she saw it, Chad. Promise you, she's like, oh my god, March 30th. I'm so bad at this. And you are terrible.
I'm so embarrassed.
You have 0 notes for the...
I do. I have notes. I have
on
notes.
your phone?
Boop. I have notes. It's just a list.
All right. Getting gay. We had a really good first segment. Some good...
Segment?
Solid conversation.
Yes. I really liked it. I think it was very productive and positive and gay.
Gay. Yep. Okay, what... Do you want me to lead in, or you
Yeah,
want to?
you lead in, because I don't really know how to bring it back. And now for Street Ride, our second segment.
You got it.
We're going to talk about all straight characters in all video games.
It's going to take a while. Be here all night. Am I doing a audio intro, or?
What do you think we should?
They were all bummers, so we needed... I was going to do that in post-production because we wanted something...
Yeah, okay, yeah, so we can do that post. I can find something more fun. I really like the Night in the Woods one, but I guess it is kind of bummer. It's more like smooth jazz.
Let's preview it. Man, it's hard to turn off Battles. Battles did this band called Battles. Real just progressive stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They did a song. Did you play Little Big Planet?
Yeah. I really like the one We Can Be a Bird.
They did this song. You'll probably know it. Because it's in Little Big Planet.
The first one?
Yep. Meanwhile, I'll get the software ready. Which file? Pride or acid? Pride?
Pride.
Okay.
Pride.
26 minutes, 9 seconds.
Woo!
From the first segment. Does the song ring a bell? No?
Yeah, I think so, yes.
It comes in with like little voices. He puts an effect on his... Right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're a great,
Yes,
they're a great
yes.
band. Battles. Yeah.
I definitely remember this. That was a fun game. Yes.
Yeah. Everything was like lifelike. In any game where you're small,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's a good time.
You were like the size of a blade of grass or
Yeah.
whatever. Like any game where you're struck
Goofy.
down.
I had a little Sackboy plushie for a long time.
Yeah, that's a good one to have.
Yeah. Then I set them on fire.
Customizable, and then you could like change their facial.
Yeah, you could do whole costumes and
Yeah.
stuff. And then you could like slap each other if you did multiplayer. You could like grab each other.
Good times. Should do a whole Little Big Planet episode.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah,
Of course, the game got worse as it went.
Yeah.
It's like nothing will capture the essence of the first one.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay. You want me to lead in? I am on the... Man, this song slaps, does it not?
It does. I'm like vibing.
It's like you're jumping and grabbing on the... Because that's all that game had was jump and grab.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
all you could do is grab and pull or grab and...
And then it would throw you around sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, let me feel this. Battles. Go listen to Battles, everybody. All their songs are good. Well, most of them are good. Most of them. Pride Not Acid. Welcome back to Birds and Swords. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for our Pride episode. We are going to get into some characters, games, examples, and appearances. How would we say that?
Of the LGBT
representation.
Yeah.
Some actual in-game stuff. So why don't you kick us off? Do you have a bunch?
Yeah, I have a whole bunch.
Okay.
But I could kind of like group them by like genre, kind of, because
Okay.
I think like to start, like the lowest tier of representation is going to be like those big open world games where you design your character and then you have romance options.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, starting with the very basic Sims. I mean, you can romance the Reaper, for goodness sakes. So,
I have The Sims on my list.
Yeah.
Came out in 2000.
Oh my God. Did it really?
I
Wow.
put years next to mine.
Really?
I wanted to
I love that.
chart the conquest, yeah.
Yeah, I have Sims. I feel like you can have whatever romantic life you really want in there. Just
Yeah, and it's totally open, right? Like you can it's not like certain neighbors have those.
Even the Reaper, someone dies and he shows up, you can romance him.
Interesting.
I don't know.
That sounds like something you would do.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
I did. You've done it.
So yeah, those open world games. So like that would be like Skyrim. You can romance whoever you'd like. Mass Effect. I think you have a romance option. I never got that far in Mass Effect.
Anything. I had BioWare written down. BioWare makes Mass Effect, Knights of the Old Republic, Dragon Age. All of those games feature romancing options. But they're character specific, so it's only certain characters have, some characters are bisexual, some characters are only gay.
Yeah.
So it depends on the characters, but all of the BioWare games that are really dialogue and story and, really role-playing game heavy have romancing options of,
and Fable.
Whichever way you want to go. And Fable.
Fable did too. I don't know about the first one. I only played the second one, but the second one you could. So... Yeah, the open world, like build your own character, romancing options. I think that's like the lowest, most basic tier. Like you can, if you'd like, pursue a romance of the same or opposite gender.
Yeah.
Which was fun. Always a good time. Always gay time,
Yeah.
So, what about you?
BioWare, man, Knights of the Old Republic, it goes back to early 2000s too.
I didn't play that. I can't even.
Yeah, I didn't either. It's Star Wars. It's.
Oh, okay.
Is it MMO? Might be MMO. Looking like an idiot. But
I didn't even know it was Star Wars, so who's the idiot here?
Yeah. BioWare is really good. It's almost like a Bethesda thing. They're really good at writing.
Love that.
That's a lot of the reason why people play those games. Yeah, we mentioned Overwatch. We can just talk about Overwatch, I guess.
I think that's a good one.
So, up until now, are you familiar with so I was really excited for 2 and haven't played a ton of 2. Are you familiar with the character Life Weaver?
Yes, because he's the plant pansexual, right? The plant sexual.
Plant sexual.
Yes, I haven't played the second game because I have my own reasons, but I love his design. I love that he's pansexual. I think he's beautiful. I almost was I kind of want to get back into the game for this guy.
He's glowing.
Yeah, he's beautiful.
Yeah.
He's an icon.
I think he's got blonde hair, like in a spiked dew or something.
It's some sort of spiked, pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the only character, just because I haven't kept up with that I haven't played, I guess, or watched their. I guess we should preface this by saying Overwatch, all the lore exists in their side content, which they'll release digital shorts and comics and things like that, because the game doesn't have a story, well, at least doesn't have PvE yet. It's supposed to. Overwatch 2 was supposed to. But, so no story happens in the game, so you get all the lore and the background for the characters in other media.
Yeah. And it's kind of become a gay icon game. A lot of characters, they came out and Tracer nobody was really surprised by, but they were lesbian, and everybody was like, yeah.
Yeah, cover character from the
Yeah.
beginning. She is Overwatch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tracer, I've got 5 of them. Tracer, Soldier 76, which we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Lifeweaver that we just talked about. Baptiste is bisexual and Farah is lesbian. And what's really cute is she has a crush on Mercy in the lore, and like she hasn't made a move yet. I don't think.
That's cute. Okay.
As far as I know, like Mercy doesn't know about it.
Yeah.
But she like crushing on Mercy, which
That's
is
cute.
super cute. Yeah.
Everybody crushes on Mercy.
Well, if you got a thing for Swiss doctors. No. But yeah, Overwatch has always leaned into it. I've seen some harsh comments on some of their threads for sure, especially when I was like super into Overwatch and following everything on social media, but they've never been non-inclusive. So good for them.
Yeah, I love that. Love that for them. I guess going way back, I have Birdo from Mario.
Dude, I had that one too.
Yes, and I actually didn't know. I was just kind of like trying to refresh my brain and looking up like gay icons from video games.
Yeah.
And Birdo is trans representation. It in like the manual of Super Mario Bros. 2, I think it is. It says that Birdo is a male who believes he is female. And then continuing down the line, they kind of keep that up, and then they eventually just drop it and say,
Look at this. Mario, 1988. This is 1988, by the way. Birdo, trans woman. In the manual, we researched the same thing. Referred to as a male that believes he is a female, and he would rather be called Birdetta.
Yes. And then eventually they just drop it and like just refer to Birdo as a woman, as the trans.
Yeah.
Is you should. So I think that's actually
like
excellent
a bow
representation
on her ears
yeah,
or whatever.
She's so cute. Yeah, so I think that is like.
And Birdo's still around, which is crazy. So 1988, the weird, looks like a dinosaur, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that its species?
The big old.
Yep, big old mouth.
Yeah.
Got eggs at you. Yeah, like jump on.
Yeah.
But Birdo's still in like Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Like, Birdo lives on.
Birdo lives on in all of us.
Birdo lives on. Good one. I had that one too. Same exact story. I have, if we want to stay with Nintendo, Chrono Trigger. Have you played Chrono Trigger?
I haven't, but I've heard such good things.
Okay, there's a character named Flea. This is 1995.
Wow.
So again, 90s. Well, not again, because Mario was 1988. But Chrono Trigger, 1995. Flea is genderqueer, and there's an awesome quote from, I think it's in the game. The game is text dialogue. Male or female, what difference does it make? Power is beautiful, and I've got the power.
Aw, I love that. 1995 too?
Flea from Chrono Trigger in 1995.
That is
which is
awesome.
one of the most beloved games of all time. Top of a lot of people's lists.
That is excellent representation, in my opinion. I think that's great. Wow.
Yeah, especially for mid-90s.
Yeah.
I don't even know if anybody was talking,
Yeah. Wow. I love that.
Not in games, at least.
I guess, my thoughts just died. I lost my brain cells. That is awesome. I guess I'll just go into my next one.
Yeah, go to the next bullet point.
So I have Hades. You can pursue romance options in Hades, which I didn't realize. I fully beat the game. I got out the 10 times, but you can keep playing and romancing and stuff. And I didn't romance anybody, but
so it happens after all the escapes?
I think so. Unless I just didn't pursue enough with the dialogues.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I didn't either, but I only escaped like 4 times.
Yeah, I did all 10 and didn't seem to be romancing anybody. I mean, but Thanatos you can romance. And I guess according to the internet, it's like a really interesting like story if you do. But I don't know anything beyond that.
It'd be hard to.
He is beautiful. They're both beautiful.
It'd be hard to keep playing after all the. Do you keep?
Yeah, and it says you should. Like, there's more stuff to do. Like, not necessarily more story, I don't think, but like, there's just more. Well, there's more story, but not more main plot. Like, you completed what you needed to.
Yeah.
As far as the main plot goes, but there's more stuff with the side characters.
Solved all the daddy issues.
Yeah, pretty much.
Man,
Actually, yeah, that was a great game. I remember, I won't spoil it for anybody, but I remember my last escape. I was just like, this is so good.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, so that'd be an interesting one. Not one I pursued or experienced, but I thought that was really interesting that you could. And I remember playing that and thinking, there's like some tension here between these two. Like, he's a little sassy, but I didn't
Yeah, and
You
the
know?
voice acting's really good. It's really good at setting the tone and
Yeah.
mood and everything. So that stuff works in really well.
Yeah.
Is that the only character? It seemed like there was more than one character.
There's more characters you can romance, but according to the article I read, that was the gay romance option.
How about Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door?
What?
2004. Vivian, who is a very like side character, is a trans woman.
Oh, I didn't play that.
I don't have like a quote or anything. You know what? I haven't either. But the point is, once again we have a Mario game showing up with representation before on or before 2004.
We love to see it. We love to see that. Wow, Nintendo just gets it, I guess.
Anybody boycotting Mario? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
Soon enough. We just outed it.
I guess like this one could kind of be a spoiler, so I don't know, but
what game is it?
Catherine.
Okay.
So there's actually
yeah.
So
just go ahead. I doubt many people are going to be like, you know what? Time to play Catherine.
Well, there's two. So there's two kind of. But there was some controversy because the first one was a side character, the waitress that you see in the real world. She like mentions at one point that she was previously a man or like is a man that dresses something like within those lines, and then they took that out of the remaster completely. Took out that line, and everybody was kind of like, that feels like you're kind of like erasing the community.
Yeah.
But then they threw in a main character that just kind of negated all of that controversy. So I won't spoil it for anybody that hasn't played Full Body, which is like the remaster of Catherine. But it can be, depending on the route you take, a very extremely surprisingly gay experience, which is like a very wild time.
Is it only available in the Full Body edition?
Yes, the Full Body is the only way you can get this experience, and it's. Okay. I mean, like no matter what, the plot reveal is there, and it's just so unhinged and awesome.
I didn't know that at all because I just played the original.
The Full Body. I didn't know that either. Playing Full Body, I didn't even know. I knew that they were throwing in another character. I knew that there was going to be a third girl. But they throw in some other stuff in there too, and you're just shook. It's good. Oh. Big plot twist. They really get you. It's good.
Full Body.
Yeah.
You have it? You just have it digital?
Yeah, you want to borrow it? I have
a physical copy?
I have yes, I do. Physical copy steelbook.
Yeah.
Because I got the naked girls on it.
I will borrow that. I remember that game really frustrated me though too. The gameplay, the puzzles.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Some of it was really hard.
Oh, I love it so much.
it would bring up some of those moments like, why do they even make this? You can't beat this puzzle.
It is so hard. But the drunker you get in the real world, the slower the puzzles. Yeah, so it's like it's
you gotta put in the work.
Yeah. And the story is just so fun and wild. Which Catherine did you choose your first playthrough?
The hot, sexy blonde.
Same. Did anybody choose the other one? Really?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
She was too. It didn't have to do with her appearance. She was like naggy and all that.
Yeah, she was boring, and the other one was like a succubus. Like she was just sexy and fun, and I was like, yes, her.
You were bisexual in the moment while playing that game.
Yes.
Good call. I did not think of Catherine at all.
Yeah.
We should probably bring up League of Legends, although neither of us play that.
Yeah,
it has a lot of good representation, and a lot of people play that game.
Yeah. I don't know.
One of your close friends plays a lot of League, right?
Yeah. That's all I know. He plays a lot of League. I don't know anything about it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know any of the characters or anything. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, a lot of people play that.
Yeah.
And it's an online thing too, so its lore must be coming from somewhere else also.
Yeah, I think that they do
we don't know more about.
They have like a lot of videos, I think, like animated from the game. They have a whole show on Netflix. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's all coming.
That's all I know. I don't know any character names or anything about them, but I know that there's representation in the game.
Yeah. All right. What else?
Okay, so we can start getting into like more like really like actual deep representation where they actually confront issues and like experiences of the LGBTQ plus community. And a big one would be Night in the Woods. It's an indie game. Have you played it?
I have not played it. I know of it.
I didn't really like it, but not because of the gay representation. It just was a very like slow paced narrative based game where it's all dialogue. You just kind of click through it, but it's very progressive in the sense that I believe it was the protagonist was pansexual, and then their friends they have like two gay friends that are dating, and then I believe there is also a trans character. So it's like a lot of representation in a very like lighthearted way. They don't dive into any issues in the community, but they don't hide it. There's no like, oh my gosh, actually producers just came out 2 years ago and said those characters were actually dating. Like,
Right, like
it's very obvious.
In the game.
Yeah, like it's like the dialogue is there. They are
Is it
dating.
like a 4 or 6 hour game?
Yeah,
Pretty
it's
quick?
short and it's a great game to play if you're like smoking and like just chilling. Like you can't. It's not like not high pressure narrative.
Sure.
The soundtrack is great. I wasn't super into the story, but I thought it was really good representation. So
Night in the Woods.
Yeah,
I should play that.
sure.
There's no action though. It's all just dialogue.
Not really much action. This is kind of the human experience, but they're all animals. So that's a weird thing to say.
Yeah. But they really are like squirrels and
Yeah, they're all animals, but they're like
forest
going through the
creatures.
human experience of life, and it's like kind of mundane, but also like there are very like heightened parts, but for me it wasn't exciting. I don't know.
So what would you give the game?
Like out of 5 stars?
Out of 10.
Out of
Or out of
10?
8. 8 out of 5 stars.
8 out of 5 stars. I would out of 10, I would give it like a 5 or a 6. 5, I would say.
Okay.
But I just like super wasn't into it. But some people I know played it and just loved it. And I think people that aren't like people that don't game a lot, people that like maybe play on somebody else's console or that kind of thing, loved it. So it's like something that people that aren't looking
Or if
for
they've
a
never
challenge.
played that kind of thing before.
Yeah, like
Oh
this
my
is so
God,
new.
games are like this?
Yeah, like just a story. I don't have a life bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Cyberpunk?
I
Cyberpunk.
don't have that on my list because I didn't play it. But like you can't choose your dick size in that game?
Yeah.
You can do like anything,
There's
right?
like a genitalia slider.
Yeah.
Where you can.
So you can be anything that you want. The spectrum is your world.
Yep.
And then you can date and romance probably on that spectrum. So like the
and there's like
boundless.
there's like FPS cutscene sex scenes.
Wow.
So deciding on who you romance in that game, you get to have sex with them.
Wow, that is wild.
So you could be, whatever you decide to be with, whoever you decide to be with.
That is pretty cool. I like that. Very
pretty
very
graphic.
futuristic. Really,
Yeah.
really.
Really pushing that adult rating. Good times though.
That's a good one.
I think that stuff, that news broke like before the game came out. We heard
I
about
did
it.
hear
It was
about
like,
that.
hey, there's gonna be sex in this game.
I mean, honestly, the whole game it makes sense because you just hear when you hear that you can choose a dick size. I mean, what are you gonna do with it?
Yeah. You could have just a huge dick and big old titties if you want.
That's my dream.
Both.
That's my dream.
Yeah.
Give me both.
Give me it all.
That's a good one though. I guess another one really diving into representation. They give us tons of different types of representation. Would be the Last of Us series, and I think we can talk about this one for a minute actually, because there's a ton. So let's first jump into Bill and Frank.
Yeah, I have it written down.
Yes.
Bill and Frank.
I think let me just like get into it. The TV series, right? There was tons of backlash, but also tons of support. There was just both sides. Yep. But a lot of people were like, why would you force this, like, blah, blah, blah. They were gay in the game. It's not a secret. Like, they were for sure. It's obvious. You find the letters, the way that...
You have to go look for their story because Frank doesn't appear in the game.
And Bill, like, talks about... Like, anybody that is in the community can pick up on it, but people that aren't probably didn't unless you found the letters, the like collectible notes that you can find. But like, yes, they were. And the TV series was like, let's make a 90-minute episode about it. And I think it was beautiful, honestly.
Yeah, it was the best. One of the best episodes of the season. As far as writing and all of that goes, there wasn't a lot of action.
Yes.
That's not what it was about.
And it was great because there really is that trope in the gay community that there has to be some tragic death with one of the partners. It has to be traumatic and horrible. And they gave us that normal, the most normal life in the series probably was those two.
Easily.
And I think that was just incredible. Like those writers, they got it. They understood the assignment. Chef's kiss. They got it. It was great. I think those characters in the game and in the series were fantastic.
Yeah, really good episode, and I really liked how they laid it out in the game too.
Yes.
Maybe a little bit better after the fact, because I played The Last of Us Remastered after I watched the show. Or
Yeah.
I played most of it. But I played both. I got through the Bill and Frank part.
Yeah.
And read the letters and all that stuff. And it made it mean more after I watched the episode. That's how powerful that episode is.
Yeah, that was a beautiful. I think those are gay icons for sure. So, and then of course Ellie.
Yep.
I mean, Ellie was another one in the TV series where people were like, "Why would they do this?" But if you played the DLC, it was verbatim. It was almost verbatim the DLC. Like, her experience of coming out and realizing who she was as a lesbian. I think that was a beautiful story, and they did an amazing job. Like, they took a huge leap making that DLC. I think, like, they really were like, let's.
Did we see it coming?
I saw it coming.
You did?
Yeah, I was hoping for it too. I was like, am I reading this wrong, or am I really excited? Like, I was hoping for it more than seeing it coming, but yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see it coming.
You didn't see it coming?
No.
Are you talking like as you played the DLC or just in general in the game?
As I played the DLC.
Okay, because I was gonna say in general in the game I didn't see it coming.
I didn't get that vibe from the first game.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah, I mean the DLC I felt like I could see it coming, but yeah.
Laid out. Yeah, you're right. That's what I mean.
Okay, in the game itself, when you play like the original game, I didn't see that coming. I didn't.
Yeah.
But I also wasn't like, as you're running from the zombies, I was like, I wonder if Ellie's a lesbian, like, you know, like. So.
But they took time out in the show to make the Left Behind DLC episode. I'm glad they did.
Yeah, I think it was a beautiful story, and I'm glad they told it, and they told it well, and they followed it
well. Yeah, and it explains how she got bit.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. And then later in the second game, Dina's there.
Yes.
Right, that's her name.
Yeah.
Yep. I was like, oh shit, today.
And one of the
Lev,
yeah. What are they? Vietnamese?
I don't remember that character very well. They were trans, right?
Yeah.
Yes, trans.
That's what it was.
I feel like I said that like that was like a race. Vietnamese, trans.
Yeah, which one are they? No, which thing were they representing? And it was. Yeah, I think it was trans.
I think so too, if I'm remembering correctly. And it was like a big deal because I think the family or like their clan or something didn't accept them. Like it was like a big thing, and
we probably can't talk too much more about that because that'll be in the second season.
Okay, yeah. So that's that. Yep. Spoilers. But they also said they're going to deviate a lot. But also, if they took that away, I feel like the community might be like, wait.
They'll be in there.
Yeah. So.
Really good. Well, just like all of The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Really good, heartfelt story with those.
And I think The Last of Us is just in general so good at like showing the humanity and everybody's experience. And like, and a lot of backlash was like, well, why do we like need to know their sexual orientation during the zombie apocalypse? Why does it matter? But it's like, no, this is part of the human experience. You you still are a human, and you're still experiencing these emotions and connections, and they're real, and the representation is important, even when the world is falling apart. They weren't excessive with it. They weren't like, Ellie wasn't walking around with like a pride flag, you know. It was like this, she was human, and she had connection, and I think they played that out really well. And showed that really well.
Yeah, I do too.
Even though I didn't like Dina as a character.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah, she's kind of a, well. Again,
and Dina was bi, right?
Season 2 coming, yes.
Yeah, she was. She was bi because she was with dude for a sec.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, can't. Yep.
Yeah.
Can't talk too much about that.
Sorry, you can cut that if you need.
Yep.
You can't cut it for the live viewers though.
We didn't say too much. She's bi. Something happens. Yeah. Harley Quinn, bisexual.
Yes,
right?
she is.
In a lot of video games, everybody knows Harley Quinn.
Yeah, and like in the comics, I just remember it being so awesome when she started dating Poison Ivy. Yeah. I was like, this is what I've wanted forever. Like, get out of that relationship with Joker and chase this plant chick. Like, that is the most lesbian thing you can do, is date a plant chick. Like, come on. Yeah. So I love I love that, and it's such a Harley Quinn thing because she's just so open, and
Oh yeah,
it
she's
just makes
unfiltered.
sense. Yeah, it
Yeah.
just makes sense that she would be bisexual. She's just love.
Yeah. I think everybody love.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't even think of that. That's a good one.
I mean, she transcends comics, movies, and games.
She's all
I
over the
suppose,
place. Yeah.
but I wanted to mention her just because, yeah, love.
Love.
Right?
Do you have any more? Because I have my
Um,
last one's like a big banger.
Okay. I have Aloy, which in the DLC that I did not play, apparently you can not romance, but in a cutscene you have a decision to kiss another female.
Yeah, and that's interesting because even the gay community was kind of like, well, I feel like that's misrepresentation a little bit because everybody perceived her as asexual, which asexual people can absolutely have that sort of experience and relationship. So I don't really have an opinion on that at all. But I thought that was interesting because there is a lot of pushback from both communities because the some people were like, no, she's not, and other people were like just both sides kind of push back.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of, and again, I haven't played the DLC,
Me neither.
but apparently there's like zero context around it. So
Okay. Yeah, I didn't play it either, so I don't really know. But I did see that happens or can happen based on your
yeah,
choice.
it's just kind of this thing that leads up and can happen because they don't really go into that in any other part of the core games
Yeah.
or the other DLCs.
But
But
I mean,
worth
she's hot.
mentioning because she's like legendary character now.
Yeah, and she's so cool. I really like her character. I think she's very. There was even like backlash, which just shows how women are perceived in media about her appearance and that she just wasn't like feminine enough and wasn't sexy enough. But she just looked real.
Yeah,
Looked
they
like
were
a
like
real person.
They were like cave people.
Yeah, I
What
was
do you
like,
expect?
yeah, I was like, she just looks real. She looks like a real person. What is your
Yeah.
problem? Damn. Sorry, she doesn't have like the triangle titties in Tomb Raider. I don't know.
Oh my god. The forever titties. Yeah.
The forever titties.
Polygons. All right, hit us with the big banger.
All
I have
right.
no idea what it is. Am I gonna know what it is?
As soon as I say it, you will. So I think
Okay.
the one of the most explosive representative games for the community was Life is Strange.
Oh right.
Yeah,
Right.
super in-depth representation because it was actually a big portion of the game was like coming out and accepting yourself and finding love. The first game was really super gay. It was like the characters. You pretty much have the chance to romance, but it
Yeah, that's
kind of
like
pushes you to it. Not like in a
yeah, that game's gay. That's a game.
that's a game. That's a
It's
for sure
game.
game. That yes, very
Reached a lot of people though.
yes.
Too.
I mean, it just exploded because the community hadn't really, I don't think, seen a game like this that just like really truly represented the community so bluntly. Like it wasn't like a, by the way, you can romance, or by the way, like there's some dialogue about it or off on the side. Like this was like the experience. Like you're in it. You're gay.
Yeah.
So that one is huge.
Do you want me? We have some the gayest moments. What was this YouTube video?
It was just
called?
like gay moments from Life is Strange, but they put the Miiverse theme over it.
Yeah, there is me music on it. No, the video is called like the gayest 4.5 minutes of Life is Strange or
Yeah.
something. Like whoever named it, we won't play it all. So we cut this. Alyssa sent this to me.
Boys or girls? Hey, so are you into girls or what?
So, would you consider yourself bi or
horny?
Same.
Should I make small talk? Is that what people do? It's nice Rachel we're having.
What?
I mean, weather.
Check. Holy shit! You own a skirt? You can afford to take chances whenever and whatever you want to try. For example, I dare you to kiss me. What? I double dare you. Kiss me now.
You gotta be careful with those scissors. They're sharp as fuck.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, you'll get scars, but you'll get it. Part of the fun. And sexier.
Mr. Creighton, I have revelations to reveal. Rachel Amber is on drugs. Look at her. Her face is so blurry and pretty.
Is acting in my service not replete with excitement, amusement, and delight?
Of course, mistress.
I can hear the
Most
me music.
truly, it's
I don't know why they did that, but it's hilarious.
It's magical.
So, what's your deal?
I'm sorry?
Are you single? Semi-single? Taken, but still down to get drunk and make out? Whoa.
Am I blushing? I feel like I'm
Did
blushing.
it already do the
Hey, Max.
am I bi or just horny?
Yeah,
Already do
that was like the second one.
I'm okay. And this is my friend Chloe.
Me. I'm not sure if the me music helps it or ruins it.
It's so funny. I mean, it shows how like awkward some of the scenes were, because it's
Yeah.
true. Like it is a really awkward experience. I can relate to that. Like it's just a different type of awkward when you're trying to, because it's when you're trying to determine if someone is into you, it's one thing. But when you're trying to determine if somebody will take offense that you might think they're into you, because it's like a whole, like, I think they're gay. Like, it's just like there's so many layers to it. Like, it's so awkward sometimes. And I think this game really touches on that well.
They dive into that part of it.
Yeah. So then the second, or not the second game, Life is Strange True Colors, I think is better than the original. Because
that's the newest one?
I believe so. It's a totally new series, but it's still part of Life is Strange.
Mm-hmm.
So you still have powers, but you're a new character, new experience,
That's
new
the one
story.
where you can see emotions.
Yes,
right?
you're like an empath, but like with powers. And that one I absolutely loved because it was very true to the bisexual experience. In the way that they give you two characters, a guy and a girl, that you can pursue through the story, not just like romance options, but like actually both of them are amazing and great and awesome. It's like actually like, holy shit,
hard choice.
I am truly bisexual because this is really difficult. And they don't treat them differently. Like they don't fetishize anything with the girl. They don't make the like hetero relationship seem like too, I don't know, it just was so well done, and I liked it more than the original game because I am bisexual, so having that choice like gave me all that bi panic, and I loved it.
Bi panic?
Yeah, that's the
Is
thing.
that a real word?
Yeah, that's a real word.
So what does that mean?
Bi panic,
Can't decide.
yeah, there's all sorts of bi panic. There's bi panic where you're bisexual that sees somebody of like the same gender that you're just like panicking because you're into them and you don't know how to interact. Bi panic that you don't know if they're bi or lesbian. There's bi panic of, it's just so much bi panic. There's bi panic like if I'm gonna like burn my toast, it's bi panic. Everything's bi panic to me. I'm panicking and I'm bi.
Yeah.
Panic.
It matters. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that one I think was, in my opinion, better than the original game. There was also a lot more action. It ran smoother. There was just like a lot of things I liked about it better.
I mean, wasn't there like a prequel DLC?
Probably.
Before the Storm?
So yes, Before the Storm. There's like Life is Strange 2, and then Before the Storm, unless that was Life is Strange 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. I only played the first one and True Colors.
I've only played the beginning of Before the Storm because Michaela told, like, she really digged Life is Strange, and she wanted me to play some of it, but she wanted a perspective of someone that played the prequel before they played the other games, so she let me borrow Before the Storm, so that's still the only one that I've played.
Okay, that's
It's,
interesting.
like, super sad. Like, the girl's dad dies at the beginning.
Yeah.
And all that stuff, and
The
best
games
friend
are
goes over to
super
console her.
sad. All of them. They're super depressing. Super depressing. And also they touch on, that's another thing, is the games touch, well, particularly the first one, really touches on being in the community in a small town and what that's like.
Yeah.
And like how that can be.
Where does it take place?
Don't know. I forgot. But the second one takes place in Colorado. She like escapes out to Colorado to visit like I think her brother or something. And that one is pretty like you're in a pretty progressive area, so that's not an issue. But
And the True Colors is about brothers, isn't it?
True Color, you play as a girl, and then you go out to live with your brother because of some I forgot like something. Like you are like a foster kid or something, and you go out to live with him because he can finally have custody of you. It's something like that. I don't know, but it was gay.
It was gay. Gay game.
So I think those games are like huge for the LGBT community because they really dove into the actual experience. It wasn't like a. Oh, sorry.
You haven't hit the button once.
I keep forgetting about the button.
Can I get an amen up in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. And there's probably, just like every time we say this, a lot more representation that we missed or we didn't bring up.
Yeah. Well, wasn't that one game we saw on a list? It was like lesbian animal control or something.
Yeah. What is that? I don't have my phone. You need to look it up. It was on the Wikipedia.
It was like
It was on the Wikipedia. It was like lesbian animal control RPG.
Super lesbian animal RPG, and this is the picture for it. It's furries. So the furries are in this one too, which
furries.
are typically part of the community. Typically.
Is it available on all platforms? we're plugging this. We should play it. If it's an RPG, I mean.
Super lesbian animal RPG is a game about love, anxiety, and fighting funny-looking monsters in dungeons. But it doesn't say what.
I think it's turn-based.
It's only on Steam.
Yeah. PC only. That's all right.
That's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to say about Pride Month or Pride games or representation in games?
No, happy to be here, proud of who I am, and I think everybody should be, and I want to keep seeing that representation in games. Ask your friends how you can support the community.
Be yourself.
Yeah.
And just leave people alone.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like,
just
let
be
people
nice.
be happy.
Just be nice.
Yeah. And, you know, a good I like Pride Month. I know it causes a lot of I know there's a lot of anti-Pride Month, but it's still conversation, and that's what it's about.
Reason to be proud. There's reason to be proud. So.
All right, before we go, let's do some voice changer on Alyssa. You want to go high or low? So we discovered this earlier. Here, hold on. Let me crank you up. I need to like interview you or something. Okay, say something.
Something? Give me a question. What do you want to ask me?
So, how do you feel about so what are you doing for Pride Month? What are you doing for Pride Month?
Working a lot.
We're like 4 years old.
I know.
All right, let's bring it down. It's also Lucifer month, right? All right. So oh, we're getting a little bit of feedback. All right. So do you have to work tomorrow?
Yes. I'll be working remotely tomorrow, so that'll be nice.
Working remotely? Is that what you said?
Remotely. I'll be at home. Working remotely.
The laugh. That's where I wanted to get you to. Man, money well spent. $72 a month for 6 months on a Tascam Mixcast 4. You can make your friends sound like the devil.
Yes. I sound like the devil to a lot of people anyways, so.
Here I am.
All right, I'm turning you off.
That's so funny.
That is fun shit, though, right there.
Too good.
Can I get an amen up in here?
Amen.
Right. Was there an audio file I didn't play that you wanted me to play?
I don't think so. I think you got them all.
You got them all?
That duck.
Close
Quack.
that window.
Quack.
You want me to play it again? No, we're going to play some. something else on the outro.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining us today and spending the time with us. Support your friends. Love yourself. Love everybody else. Oh, man, that's it. The RuPaul thing.
Oh, yes. Do that one. End it on that. End it on that.
End it on that. Hang on. Do. Here we go. Ready, set, slay? Nope.
No,
You gonna name it? No. Oh, if you can't love yourself.
Yeah, that one. And
All right.
there. Go.
All right. Take care, everybody.
If you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? You can't love yourself naked. How in the hell you gonna love somebody else naked? If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else?
It's a wrap.
Yay, we did it.
We did it.
Wow, good time too. I feel like we did good. Wow.
11:15. We've got an hour and 6 minutes and 12.3 seconds recorded.
Woo!
At least on the main file. We're gonna save that project.